Café Anyway. Mike Matthews here. Hello at Café Anyway.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
Somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, Mike Matthews, where we are in the land of Ameritopica. And we are at
Mike's Daily Podcast.
episode 2837, 2837. Oh my gosh, is it heaven? If you're trying to find a new job and this life and your name is Kevin, maybe you're going to look for something new because the job market for you is relatively healthy. So, hiring has stayed strong for low earners.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
The pace of hiring remains strong for lower earning Americans making less than $55,000
Mike's Daily
a year.
Podcast.
It is holding steady above the pre-pandemic baseline. So it's hiring has boomed in healthcare and hospitality sectors. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah. That was during the credit crisis, 2008. All the people that lost jobs, like yours truly, and everybody's saying to me, get into medicine. I have no background in get into medicine, Mike. Do it. I'm going to start a podcast. Get into medicine. No, I'm going to do a podcast. Jeez, that was the right decision. Yes. Let's see. Podcasting, you can make $0 unless you're young and beautiful and you like to video yourself. Podcasting really only took off when you had all these young people filming themselves and doing it with the worst quality recording instruments, camera, microphone. You can't even hear them because they're so far away from the microphone. They just turn on their phone and start recording themselves, and they put the phone maybe right up in their face, or they put it too far away from their face. And yes, Mike has seen a video or two and gone, ooh. Now, why is this popular? Why has this got millions and millions and millions of views on YouTube?
And here's today's podcast picture.
Meanwhile, YouTube laughs all the way to the bank. The podcast picture is not of the bank, thankfully, or YouTube. It is of a beautiful countryside there, kind of behind Podcastro Valley in the area we call Columbia, up at the top as you get into the Anthony Chabot area, East Bay Regional Park District, where I used to take the late great Basil the Boxer all the time. And the hills are turning brown with the sound of music, and they're starting to get dried out because we're entering summertime. But see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. The last episode, 2836, called K9, had a great picture of Basil too, from I think 2019. It might have been late 2018. Hiring has boomed in healthcare.
With Kevin.
Oh, there you go. I did that Kevin reference earlier. Hiring has boomed in healthcare and hospitality sectors, which tend to be lower paying industries. All of this from Rob Black. I produce his podcast, and he is heard on AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings, and then he is on television in front of the camera. And
this show is clean.
He does that Monday through Thursday on Cron TV. There's been significant demand for home caregivers. There's always going to be demand for home caregivers. Certified nursing is... Why? Because people get old, people get sick, people need help at home. There's also demand for certified nursing assistants, medical technicians, patient transporters, and other hospital jobs. Because, hey, we all want to stay alive. Well, let me rephrase that. If we are alive, we want to feel. We don't want to feel awful, and we need some medicine maybe to help us feel better. So we need the medical technicians. And let's just say we can't walk, and I've been in that position. Oh, that scared me to death. What? I can't walk? I couldn't put any weight on a foot because the bones and the muscles were all messed up in one of my feet. And I couldn't put any weight on it. And I said, this is insane. How do people do this? And when you go through that, I know.
Mike is on it, man.
Go where no man has gone before.
We love it, Mike.
Most of you have gone through that. You've gone where no man has gone before. You've gone there. You've gone through the whole foot, like it being immobilized type thing. It is frightening. So you need help. The pandemic created a FOMO economy. Fear of missing out. That led to a surge in travel spending. People wanted to get the heck out of here. And therefore, it increased the demand for jobs in hotels and other accommodation gigs. Hey, we're opening up the hotels again. We're opening them up. It's a way to say that. Or your governor Gavin.
This is Mike's Podcast Picnic.
Gassam Newman is my podcast picnic, is where we are. We're going to a hotel and we're going to hang out. And then we're going to leave because the hotel was owned by Gassam Newman. Because Gavin decided, hey, nobody's staying in hotels because of COVID. And let's see, we have a homeless problem. Let's put the people unhoused in there. And, well, I don't have the facts here.
I got through that. I got into it.
I don't have the data. But you can think logically where a lot of that could go horribly wrong. So people were getting into the accommodation gigs, going somewhere because people want to move and get out and move around and get outside of their houses where they were locked away for all those many months. So that got popular. Demand for middle income and higher income workers has waned slightly. This year, at the beginning,
when you are a man, sometimes you wear stretchy pants.
A lot of people were wearing stretchy pants, but no, a lot of people were retiring. Yes, this year was the start of peak retirement. 10,000 baby boomers hit 65 every day. Or 30 million people will be 65 by the year 2030 as we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. I will not, but shortly after that, I will. In the land of Ameritopica. This means companies must recruit a big wave of next generation talent to replace those departing work. Now, I don't know if there is some debate on the younger generation being really hard workers or going to work hard. Anyway, Café Anyway, that's been a complaint. That was a complaint of my generation. We were called slackers, the slacker generation, because we'd show up to work and be, this is boring. And we'd act like Kevin Smith. Oh, he's annoying. Kevin Smith. Why do people still, zillions and zillions of people listen to his podcast and watch his videos and his idiocy and his ridiculous movies? But still, that's what we were. We were a bunch of that.
People get stuck on stupid. You know what I mean?
We were those type people that got stuck on stupid. Did you know 37% of Americans, that's a whole lot. We're almost there to halfway. Another 12%, 13%, we're at halfway. But still, 37%. A lot of Americans paid a late fee in the last 12 months. A late fee. No. Blockbuster isn't back, and we didn't forget to bring back the video for 3 months. That happened to me. The DVD got stuck underneath the seat. 3 months later, we find it, and it's, uh-oh. We should have just bought the stupid thing.
MTV News. You hear it first.
That's my news for you. Is DVDs. It's not MTV, but DVD news. Whatever. DVDs are gone. Digital video discs are gone. No, they're still around. Some people use them. Some people watch them. There are some shows that you cannot stream, and the only way is to get the DVD. And hey, nowadays it's free. If you go to the library, just get a library card. Of course, if you don't return some things to the library there, you might get a fee. But 37% of Americans have been...
Things to do.
They have a thing to do where they have to pay a late fee. They've been charged a late fee on some kind of bill in the last 12 months. Let's see what the late fees come out to. Late fees for rent That's about the lowest, 8%. Then we go a little bit higher with late fees for utility bills. I have done that on accident. 10% of people have done that. But the biggest offender, credit cards, 21%. I guess you add all that up, you get 37%. Or something close to that. Anyway, Café Anyway, you get the idea. People are letting the credit card bills go, I won't pay it this month. Nope. And that's the worst. The interest rates on credit cards are the worst ever now. Late fees usually ding your credit report as well. Utility services can be shut off. Cars can be repossessed. If life events happen, speak directly to your creditors. That's right.
You will travel into the incredible universe.
The incredible universe of talking to your creditors. If life events happen, talk to them. Yeesh, do I have to? You should talk to them as soon as you can and ask to waive the late fee. If they're actually slapping a late fee on you, ask them, please waive it. Actually, I had that happen. I forgot to pay a credit card and a lot of stuff was going on. This was back in February. I had a cousin visiting from Germany. I had a trip I needed to go on down to LA. There was lots of other stuff happening. We had to do stuff to the house. So I forgot. And I didn't even have to talk to anybody. There was a number to press when I called the credit card that said, is this a late fee? Are you calling about a late fee? Yes. Well, we see you have never been late before, so we'll let you go this time. And it was all automated guy, automated woman talking. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And it said, don't mention it. And I said, wait, what? And I go, how do I know it's really you? I'm not Alan Turing. I don't have a test. I can't figure out for sure. I just have to trust you. So you can ask to waive the late fee or enroll in hardship programs for layoffs or other hardships. There's hardship programs for programs that when your life is full of hardship.
The Royal Trump tweet decree.
Oh.
Decree.
Witch hunt. It's every tweet. He's back on Twitter, isn't he? Or is he just staying on Truth Social? I don't know. I don't know. Café Anyway. Witch hunt. That dog don't hunt. Because listen, you were trying to hide something. Oh, and then I heard him say today, yay, it's all disclosure agreements. Everyone fills those out. He is a master at dumbing down what's happening to him to us idiots. And the idiotish, the highest of the idiot totem pole. Not to put down totem poles. I know some cultures, they're spiritual and very important items. But listen, what I'm saying is he's really good at spoon feeding the public to what he's going through and trying to make us sympathize with him. And a lot of you do. And a lot of you go, wow, this could just easily happen to me. Someone could come after me and take, oh, have you been paying off porn stars lately? Have you been, do you have several hotels that you live? Do you have a gold-plated escalator? Do you have, I don't know how people can possibly even relate to him, but he does it, and people do. And they will take offense to what I just said. But listen, I don't know. This is the chickens come home to roost. 20 years ago, Clinton had his supporters, even though he lied, even though he did something that up until that point, really nobody, well, I'm sure some president had some little picadillo going on somewhere. But this was so out in the public and being covered by the media. Yes, it was covered by the media every day. People think, well, Rush Limbaugh was still calling it the drive-by media back then. Pretty much. And yes, he got hit, and so much to the point that he was impeached. But listen, now it's the Republican side. And it's funny because the same people that hated Clinton, that said, oh, he lied about it. He stood up there and said he didn't do it. And the evidence came out. Well, this is the exact same thing. but it's a different party. Didn't Clinton and Trump know each other? Didn't Trump even give money to Clinton's one of his campaigns? It's fascinating, isn't it?
Bans mutations.
Everything, the older you get, the more things mutate, like your body. But the same politics have mutated. And the parties have mutated. And what the parties will rationalize, and the logic that I hear, the crazy Republican logic. Look, there's crazy Democrat logic too. All the political logic is ridiculous. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Cassette copy.
This is straight from a cassette that I'm playing this to you. It doesn't hurt to ask for forgiveness, as weird life circumstances happen to everybody. There, I played that from a cassette from the past. So you know, because it came from the past, it's something that's true. Or that's what we seem to do as a society. If it came from the past, if it survived the test of time, we think it might be 100% true. But is it? That's always the question. Or maybe the question is, who wants to be a millionaire? The number of 401k millionaires, yes, people have that much money in their 401ks that they're up to the sky, to the limits where the flying saucers are, up to $1 million. It has surged to 15%. 15% of our population. Let's see. That is thanks to the booming stock market. So there's about 485,000 people with that right now. Tinseltown has the blues. Oh, yes. So Barbenheimer was Barbie.
As you know, there's a real scary holiday coming up.
And Oppenheimer together. That was a big holiday that when that movie came out. But no, the next big movie coming out is that Deadpool 1. That would be a movie holiday, perhaps. Deadpool and Wolverine. Are they going to try and call that Deadwolverine? Deadpoolverine? Something like that? No? Well, they had Furiosa, which was Garfield and Furiosa, the Mad Max prequel, I think is what it was. They were... They were merged together. Like with the magical Jarell Name magic and pushed together, and there it was. Each pulled in about 32 million, and the weekend only 132 million. The best Memorial Day weekend was 314 million, so almost 3 times that. And that was back in 2013, a little over 10 years ago. And that was when there was Fast and Furious.
Magnification.
They had their 6th movie. And Hangover had their 3rd movie. And when those came out, best Memorial Day weekend. Isn't that crazy, those 2 movies? I've completely forgotten about those 2 movies. But, well, that's what happened. The biggest Memorial Day weekend was then. In 2013. How about the biggest pop artist? Katy Perry has made the 2024 America Self-Made Women list because now she has $350 million she has made. How has she done that? She hasn't had a big hit song or hit album lately. I don't know. But she is a former American Idol judge. Of course, she was a pop star with Firework, Teenage Dream, Roar. She sold the rights to her music collection last year in September for $225 million. Her string of hits, let's see, has not beat Taylor Swift. She is still the pop queen. She is sitting at $1.3 billion, whereas Katy Perry is at $350 million. And Amazon is now permanently offering Prime members free Grubhub subscriptions in its latest effort to sweeten the perks of the $139 a year loyalty program. Now, Grubhub has a free delivery. Oh, they don't charge you for any delivery on any order over $12. Well, anything you get from a restaurant these days is over $12. So Grubhub has free delivery on orders over $12. And I guess you get a free Grubhub subscription if you're a Prime member. I don't ever use that stuff, but I guess that's something my girlfriend sure does. My lovely lady friend loves to order food and have it sent to the house. And I'm thinking maybe we should just get out of the house. Ride Nilly, go over there. And hey, Nilly's here. Look who is, but I don't see Benita. Look who's here. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Yeah, people should order my snow globes through Grubhub, Mike Matthews. This isn't a plug for Grubhub. There are other fine delivery services. Is Toast one of them? Or there's that Uber's got their thing, Uber Eats. And there's a couple other ones. Does Lyft have one? I'm not sure. Yes, why would people want to get the wonderful snow globes sent to their house? Chely Shoehart. Because they can eat them, Mike Matthews. Eat the delicious snow globes. They're delicious because they're made out of eggs. Oh, really? Can I see one? Sure, Mike Matthews. Okay, this is an egg that has on the shell snow globe written. This is technically an egg. Mike Matthews, it's time to worry about the chicken flu, Mike Matthews. Chicken flu is everywhere, and all the chickens are going to kill us because of all the flu makes them huge, and they're going to attack us, Mike Matthews. Wow, we're going to be like little worms with the chickens if you drink that Kool-Aid. Yes, there's all that kind of the hysteria going on about the bird flu, the chicken flu, and that it spread to cows. And all those chickens got killed. But now I'm wondering, what about all the hormones that they get? Doesn't that make them, or the antibiotics, doesn't that help them survive those kind of flus? I don't know. But it would seem. And then there's 3 guys that got it, or 3 people, 2 different states, but they both recovered nicely, no problems. So I don't think this is hysteria. I don't think it's at hysteria level yet. I don't think it's at Def Leppard hysteria level. I don't think it's at Animal, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Armageddon It. I don't think it's that level, or the great song Hysteria, which Taylor Swift covered in a fantastic CMT Crossroads special with Def Leppard, where she was wearing a dress that was entirely too tight for the age that she was at. She was much too young to be wearing that kind of a dress. But that was crazy with the guys, what's his name? Something Elliott and the guys of Def Leppard performed with her. Rocket is also on that album. Oh, I love that album so. Great job, Taylor. I will never forget how she did such a great job singing on those songs. She gave it her best. That's back when we were like, wow, she could put out a pop album, maybe even a rock album, before she actually did. And she has done so, and now she's the big pop queen. But what my point is...
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Yeah, if you think that bird flu is going to get any more crazy, hopefully it will not. Look who else is here as we are ending the show. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, don't end the show. It's going so well, and it's very interesting. You literally just fell asleep. Well, I don't really like eggs. You know, eggs are in everything. They're in cakes. I make a waffle without eggs. But, hey, omelets. Oh, what am I going to do with that? You know, you can do a scramble with the soft tofu that's pretty dang good if you put a lot of seasoning in it. But that's neither here nor there or up there or, hey, we're now having the mainframe take over the end of the show. It's A-Frame telling you all things Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.